I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As usual, my name is Sheila-kate, aka Big Sheila for a reason, and Big Sheila with the vibe. If you don't know, well, now you know. So from the title of today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some very essential apps that you will need in the US as an international student just like myself. Okay, so now without much ado, let's get straight into the video. When you arrive, I'm sure one of the first things on your mind is how you're going to send money back home. Okay, so don't worry, I got you. I'm going to tell you or show you some certain apps that you can use to be able to send money back home. Okay, most of these apps I've used myself. I'll try and put the images of the apps I'm talking about so you have an idea what I'm talking about. Anyways, just so you know, I'm not sponsored by any of these apps. I'm just literally telling you the apps I use so you could use them as well. All right, so the very first app I'm going to tell you about is an app called Remedy. So I use that to send money back home. There's also an app called Sendwave and then Tap. So these ones I've used. You just have to choose the one that has good rates. What I like to do is that sometimes if I'm sending like maybe $20 back home, I'm not saying I send $20, so I'm saying maybe if I want to send like $20, I just put them in all of the apps and see the one that has better rates, you know. But sometimes I really can't be bothered. I just choose any and I go with it. I heard there's an app called Lemfi. I've not used that before, so I can't really tell you much about that. But these are the three apps you need to know, or the apps I use and that helped me. All right. So now those ones are for like the international transfers, but within the country, when you come, I think in Ghana we use mobile money. It's not really an app like that, but you have to register for mobile money. But here you obviously need to get a bank account. When you come and you have a bank account, most of the bank accounts have Zelle attached to it, right? So when you have a bank account, you also have a Zelle account, if that makes sense. So someone can go like, hey, send me a Zelle. Then you send them either your number or your email. All right, there's also Cash App. You need to have Cash App. Some people don't use Zelle, so if they want to send you money, hey, can I have your Cash App or something like that? Also, there's Venmo. So these are the three important ones that I know of. I'm sure there are other ones I may not know of, but then these are the three most important ones that I've heard and I know of. Whilst we are still talking about money and all of that, when you come to America, you're most likely going to have a credit card. Once you use a credit card, you have to make sure that you have the app of that particular credit card you use, so that when you need to pay, you can just go on the app and then easily pay and check how your spending is going, if that makes sense. Once you have a credit card or you're using a credit card, you definitely need to have you will definitely have a credit score, and then you have to make sure you track your credit score and track how everything is going, because credit scores are very, very important here in America. Everything is centered around your credit and your credit score. Let me be honest with you. I'll probably do a video some other time trying to explain this whole credit thing system, because when you come, you'll be confused. But don't worry, I got you. I'll talk about that later in another video. To track your credit score, most times there's a portion in your bank app that tells you your credit score. But then if you want apps, there are some particular apps that just focus on that. They just track your credit progress and tell you whether you're like, they tell you the range you're in, whether you're good, you're fair, you're bad, you know. They just tell you everything that is going on. So the very first one I'm going to talk about is an app called Experian. Once again, I said I'll put the images of the app over here so you see what I'm talking about. So there's Experian and then there's Credit Karma. I use both. I have both. The scores are slightly different, like maybe 1 or 2. It's not a huge difference, so you can just choose either one of these ones and you're good to go. You need to track your credit score. It's really important. Okay, I can't emphasize that enough. It's really important. So make sure you have either of these apps. All right, now when you come, eventually you probably want to take your driver's test and then just try to get your driver's license. Ideally, you're supposed to go to the DMV of the particular state you're in and then go take a booklet and make sure you finish reading the booklet already, okay? But it doesn't end there. When you're done, you can either go on YouTube and search for, maybe I'm in South Dakota, so I'll just search for South Dakota DMV driver's test questions, and I answered all the questions over there. But then again, there's also an app that you can use where you can be in the comfort of your room, wherever you are, you're on your phone, and then you're just answering these questions. I'll put this app over here. There's a particular app that I used and it was able to help me ace my driver's test. If you have this app, there are so many different questions, and I feel like the questions are quite challenging and they're quite tricky. So if you're able to ace all the questions on this app, your chances of getting your driver's test or your driver's license on the first try is very high. So just find the one in your particular state and you're good to go. This is the one I used and it really helped me a lot. So I realized that in Ghana, we are used to giving directions. Ghanaians don't really use address that much. We're used to giving directions. It's not the same over here. when you come, just make sure you download Google Maps, okay? First of all, when you come, everything looks the same. The streets are going to look the same. The buildings are going to look the same for the first week or two. Everything is going to look the same to you. And you're going to get missing. If I tell you the number of times I got missing over here. I remember one time when I came, I was going somewhere. My house was this way, but I was just going that way and I got missing. So I had to ask someone on the street because my phone wasn't with me. Like, hey, I'm going here. Can you send me directions? The person was stunned because apparently it's not common over here. It's very weird to like stop people and ask them for directions because it's not common practice over here. It's not like Ghana that's, oh, please, I'm going here. Okay, when you go down, 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 down. You see a madman over there. When you see that madman, take your left. You go and see a watch seller. That watch seller, the next street. You know, before you realize, you're already confused. And I feel like that's what we are used to over in Ghana. But here, it's not like that. You might meet someone. Luckily, the people I meet, they were very friendly, and then they showed me where I was going. But then you might meet some people who are going to be rude to you because, like, why are you talking to me? What's going on? What do you need? You know? So just make sure you have Google Maps on your phone. Whether you have a car, you don't have a car, just make sure you have Google Maps on your phone so that anywhere you're going, just put the address there and you're good to go. The next thing is the weather app. I know there's some inbuilt on the phone, so you need to actually take attention or pay attention to the weather whenever you're going out so that you can dress accordingly. Because here, once again, it's not like Ghana. Ghana, I never had to check the weather. Like, I never had to check the weather. I'll just go out, check the skies, and that's it. Oh, it's about to rain, and that's it. But here, you need to check the weather so you dress accordingly because trust me, if you go out and you're not dressed up properly for the weather, won't be foul. Won't be foul. Especially now with the winter. Sometimes it's cold, sometimes it's not cold. Like, it's just on and off. So just make sure you have a weather app or just use the one on your phone and pay attention. Don't say I didn't tell you. So the next thing I'm going to tell you is an app called e-account. You need this e-account to help you put your student ID on your phone. It is really, really important. Once you're a student, everywhere you go, they are going to verify, are you a student? What makes you think you're a student? So you probably have to tap your phone at the entrance before you can get in. I remember when I came, I was going to the gym one time. My house is like 30 minutes away from the gym and it was during the winter. I walked all the way to the gym and then I left my ID at home. And she was like, okay, I know you know me, but like, once you don't have your ID, we can't let you enter this gym. So they let me walk back. They did me a loish. I walked back because I didn't have my ID. Trust me, you wouldn't want to find yourself in certain embarrassing situations like that. So make sure that when you come, download this app called e-account. It's going to help you put your student ID on your phone so that everything will be easy for you, because here, everywhere you go, you need to verify and show that you are a student. Okay, once again, don't say I didn't tell you. The next thing I'm going to talk about is shopping apps, if that makes sense. So there's an app called you know, here in America, right, every single time you buy something, they give you a receipt, but the receipts, they don't go waste. When you get the receipt, there are some certain apps that allows you or tells you to scan those receipts, and then the more you scan, the more points you get. When you get to a certain point, they probably convert into money or probably can get gift cards and all of that. The app I'm going to talk about, the very first one, is called Fetch app. Like I said, I'll try and put the logos over here so you see what I'm talking about. There's an app called Fetch app and there's an app called Frisbee. It's just more like you being paid for shopping, right? So and you know me, I'm always buying stuff, so I have so many receipts. The catch is that with these apps, you have to make sure that immediately you get the receipt or immediately you buy something, you scan it, because if it's more than 2 weeks, the app is going to reject it. So just make sure that once you scan, or once you buy and you have the receipt, don't forget. I keep forgetting, so I never end up, you know, getting any points like that, right? So just make sure that once you buy something and you get the receipt, just go and scan on these apps and you're going to get rewards, right? Basically, it's just you being paid for shopping, if that makes sense. Okay, don't say I didn't tell you, because it's really, really important. It's really, really, really important here as an international student. The next thing I'm going to talk about is rent. So ideally, when you're going to pay your rent, either you go to the realty's office or the office of your landlord, wherever it is, or just go on the website and go and pay. But that's very, very long. That is too long. I'm not so sure if this app can be used in other states, but here where I am, there's this app I used to go and pay my rent. It's called the Residence Center. At the end of the month, I just go, and then it takes me less than a minute to actually pay my rent. It's very simple, very easy. So just to save yourself the hassle and bustle of going all the way to the office to go and pay rent, you could just go on this app called the Residence Center, and then you pay your rent. It takes less than a minute. I'm not kidding. It takes less than a minute. The next thing I'm going to talk about is an app called a Pulse app. With this Pulse app, it's just basically your student portal on the phone. Really, I know this app is used in a lot of campuses, not just University of South Dakota, so you have to make sure whether you can use this app in your school as well. But then again, if it's not entirely this particular app, I'm sure there's another app that other students use as well in other schools. So once you have this app on your phone, what this app does is that it reminds you of, you know, assignments, quizzes. Anytime your lecturers put something on the platform or the portal, the app is going to give you a reminder on your phone, because when you're on your laptop and all of that, it's not everywhere that you take your laptop. It's not very portable, if that makes sense. But with the phone, you have your phone everywhere you go, so you'll be reminded. And me, I'm very forgetful. I remember when I came for the very first time, I didn't even know about this app, and I almost missed the quiz. It was someone that told me that, where's your phone? Don't you know that there's a quiz like due today? And that really saved me. So you have this app, especially if you're coming to University of South Dakota. If you're not coming to the school, just go and find out in your school whether they have mobile platforms or mobile student platforms like this app as well. Okay, then you're good to go. The next thing I'm going to talk about is social media platforms. I've noticed that here they don't really use WhatsApp like that. WhatsApp is not, it's not common as it is in Ghana. In Ghana, everybody uses WhatsApp, but here it's not really like that. One thing I've noticed is that they use a lot of Facebook. Facebook wasn't something I use. I don't even use Facebook. I mean, I have it. I just don't use it. But when you come here, people here use Facebook a lot, and most especially you're going to need Facebook for Facebook Marketplace. It's a place where you can go for very affordable stuff, whatever you need, from cars to laptops to books to pens. Everything you need can be found on Facebook Market. Couches, beds, everything you need can be found on Facebook Market. So yeah, you can literally decorate your entire apartment with stuff from the Facebook Market. So when you come here, make sure you download this app called Facebook if you haven't already. The next app I'm going to talk about is LinkedIn. LinkedIn obviously is a more professional app compared to the other apps that you know, other social media apps that you know. Once again, not everybody is familiar with LinkedIn, but when I came here, I realized that as an international student, LinkedIn is one of those essential or crucial apps you will need. When it's time for you to start looking for internships, you go on LinkedIn. When you're looking for a job, LinkedIn is one of the places where you would go to look for jobs. So if you don't have LinkedIn yet, don't worry, it's fine. It's not too late. Just set up your account and make sure your presence is felt on the app, because it can come in handy. It really can come in handy. Myself, I don't even have, I'm yet to set up my LinkedIn profile, but yet need to go and set up your LinkedIn profile if you haven't. If you know you have plans of being an international student, okay? Don't say I didn't tell you. Okay guys, so the last but not least thing I'm going to talk about are grocery apps. If there's one thing I've noticed, all the grocery shops or all the grocery stores here in America, they all have apps. So from Walmart, they have an app, Dollar Tree, Hy-Vee, whatever shopping mall or shopping, whatever it is that is close to you, they all have apps. So all you have to do is that just download either one of them. Like Walmart, like this. There are days where I don't really feel like going to Walmart, so you can just go on the app and then shop and things, and it will deliver it to your doorstep. It's very, very easy and very, very convenient for you. There's DoorDash, there's Uber Eats, and then there's Grubhub. All of these things are just basically meant to make your life easier. If you can't cook, if you are not interested in cooking, or you don't want to get out and go and buy, just sit in the comfort of your home, order food, order groceries, order everything, and it will be delivered at your doorstep. Some people didn't know about it, some people know about it, so it's okay, it's fine. In case I've forgotten to mention any app that has been essential or that's important to you as an international student here in the US, please make sure you drop it down in the comment section, because you might help someone in need as well. That's it guys, we've come to the end of today's video. Very, very short video. Let me know if this video has been helpful to you or not. My name still remains Big Sheila. Big Sheila for a reason, and Big Sheila with the vibe. If you don't know, well now you know. I'll see you in my next video. Until then,